Welcome to Tantanoola Pulp Mill. This short DVD will give you an overview of the operation and processes that are involved. The mill uses a sulphite process with recovery of pulping chemicals to produce both unbleached and hydrogen peroxide bleached pine pulps at 250 tonnes a day. The crews are highly skilled, well trained and work on a self-managed teams concept, consisting of the woodyard crew who look after the woodyard operation and the production crews that are responsible for the operation of the pulp mill. Plant maintenance is performed by highly skilled mechanical and electrical instrument tradesmen, with some minor maintenance being carried out by the operating crews. This area of the plant is the woodyard, where logs from the forest are brought in and the guys unload the logs from a truck. The machine here is capable of unloading a truck in one grab. They're stored and then put through and lifted up into a drum debarker, which and the guys process around about a target of 1,500 tonnes per day. So the logs are put through, debarked, chipped, screened for quality and then distributed out onto the chip pile. This is our central control room, the main control room of the mill. From here the operators monitor and control basically every piece of the plant via a DCS system. It's computer controlled. The guys sit here, monitor it, fill in the log sheets, cameras on various parts of the mill that we can scroll through. There's usually two panel operators up here. One up the other end looks after the digester and evaporator plant. The guy in the middle, where Darren is at the moment, looking after the boiler recovery area. And we have one other guy based in here that does the outside checks. The guys operate and rotate through each job and change jobs every 3 days. So each operator basically in the chair they sit in is basically looking after one or two sections of plant at a time and then rotate through to the next position on generally a 3-day rotation. Yeah, from here the main response for an emergency, over on the wall, which is the back walls, our two alarms, fire alarm and evacuation alarm. In the case of an emergency, everything would be coordinated from here, the central point where everyone would report to. The crew leader's also based up here in the central control room and looks after all the plant isolations from here. The maintenance people come up here, lock onto their various isolations once they're organised for them, for any maintenance for the day. It's pretty much the central hub of the mill. We have another control room down further, but this is the central main control room. The weighbridge operation is also controlled from here, from the main control room. So when a truck comes onto the weighbridge, they contact the control room via intercom. The guys here input their details into PC, which records their truck details, product they're carrying, destination, etc. Then the truck comes on site, and when they leave, they contact the control room again via intercom, and the guys generate a dispatch docket from here, from the control room. This is our water treatment area that the guys also operate up here from the main control room. So we pull groundwater from a bore into a raw water tank. Water from that tank is used for to go on further to be processed for our treatment for our process, as well as fire storage water. So from the raw water tank we take it out and through into two dealkalisation trains, where the water goes through. These is treated to the quality of dealkalised water, which is used throughout the process. And then we also use our treated water, which then further goes through to a demineralisation plant, which is then treated to the quality of demin water, which is used for our feed water for the boiler. This is our isolation procedures that we have got in place and run to. Any piece of the plant that needs isolating for maintenance or respond to breakdowns, the crew leader or designated operators will get the P&IDs out, the process and instrument diagrams, identify the piece of plant that needs to be isolated, write out the tags which we hang out in the field and lock out the pieces of equipment in the field to safely isolate that piece of plant. So once the isolation is prepared, it's all recorded on a paperwork system and zero energy achieved. We then lock those tags and keys, the receipts from those tags and keys, into a box, lock that box so they can't be accessed. Then the work party will come up, lock onto that box, go and work on the associated bit of equipment. When their job's complete, then they come and remove their locks from the lockbox. Then the crew leader or designated operator can then unlock that box, access the tags and go and de-isolate the system and put it back into service. This area of the main control room, the crew leader is also based up here, and the crew leader is responsible for the overall coordination of all activities regarding the operating crews at the facility, which covers the pulp mill, fluff pulp dryer and the wood yard. And the crew leader provides support to the operating crews to maximise the operating efficiencies of production and keeps a general overview of the plant and provides support to the crews. And also the emergency response coordinator. Okay, what we've got here is some of the minor maintenance that the guys carry out on site, which involves a lot of fabric changes on some of the machines. And here we've got a basket change on one of the screens in the fibre line section. Guys unbolt the machinery, pull the centre basket out, replace it with a new one and bolt the equipment back together. The SAP system is used extensively on site for purchasing, creating maintenance requests, truck dispatch and ordering of parts and booking parts out of the store system. This is the well-equipped laboratory which is used for the operators to do their day-to-day testing. The tests they carry out on cooks and boiler water tests, and for longer term quality testing, the lab during the day is staffed by a lab technician, carries out those tests. This is the second control room in the plant, which is located down at the pulp dryer. So the guys from down here rotate through the various jobs and operate the fibre line screening system from here, and two operators involved in the operation of the pulp dryer. And again, the DCS system, exactly the same as upstairs. Every section of the plant can be operated from any screen throughout the mill, but this is the control room for the two pulp dryer operators and the fibre line operators, which the guys rotate through on a 3-day rotation. That concludes the Tantanoola Mill video, and as you can see, the staff are very highly skilled in a wide range of areas which not only apply to a wood mill operation but to many other industries as well.